Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got two conference rivals squaring off tonight, Grant.
Here we go.
I'm sure both teams have been eagerly looking forward to this one.
Well, we always enjoy these rivalry matchups. I mean, facing a rival you've been battling in the rankings is always rewarding. And as a player, you get fired up and are ready to do whatever it takes to get the win.
And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Brooks and Jackson, the defensive forward pair. Moran and Payne in the backcourt together. And it's Adams in at the center position, locking down the middle. Brooks finds Moran. Back to Brooks. Right side Moran. Shot on the wing. It's rebounded by Zubats.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Leonard attacking. The three, George drills it from deep.
Just good awareness from Leonard there. Feeding a wide open guy instead of forcing his own shot.
And we're about a minute into the first. Moran. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Every night, John Moran has a hard job to do. He draws the opponent's toughest defender in each game they play. That's how talented of a scorer he is.
And Morant drops them both. Well, you talk about the D Morant has to face. Yet he finds a way to get the best of most of those matchups, Richard.
He's got a very advanced offensive skill set. He can score off the bounce. He can spot up. Depending on who's guarding him, Ja can adapt and find any weakness.
Now here's Morant. Jackson on the wing. Three-pointer. And Morant good for three. Morant's got 5 now.
Consistency from deep is going to be the biggest determining factor in Morant's ceiling. If he gets that, I think we're going to see some MVPs in his future.
Leonard against Brooks. And the foul on Jaren Jackson. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team.
Grizzlies on D. Wall, the pass to Morris. Back to Wall. Just 5 on the clock. The fader.
I like Morant's workmanlike approach on D. He finds good matchups and makes an impact.
Brooks against Leonard. Brooks, the pass to Jackson. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Morris. Back to Zubats. Will it go? Another shot. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
Putting that 7'5" wingspan to use. Jackson with great timing on the rejection.
Tries yet again. George, good. 5 points in the game.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Morant with the bucket.
A point guard with length. Morant can do a little bit more than just handle himself inside.
Yeah, and we hear this a lot about the Grizzlies, but it bears repeating. There's probably no team in the NBA that has more reason for optimism than Memphis.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. You know, I think about all the optimism surrounding the Grizzlies. The rest of the NBA has been put on notice.
The NBA, and they should be. This team should be a contender for years to come. If the front office makes the right moves, which they have in the last few years, they could be hanging up some banners very soon.
Now here's Payne. To the middle. Oh, Morris with a steal. Ball for 3. The shot that time not on target. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Adams, the pass to Jackson. And he banks in the layup.
Just like his pop, Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, look, this man, when he gets close to the hoop, it is pretty much automatic. You can't let that happen.
Now here's Zubats. Leonard passes to Wall. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Pass to Moran. Back to Payne. And a great assist by Moran as that one goes.
And you see the unselfishness from Morant, wanting to share that ball with any open teammate.
Now here's George. Here's Morris. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Zubats. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. That's on Steven Adams.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
He hits the second from the line. There's 45 seconds left now in the first quarter. Here's Moran. Oh, there's Moran with the slam.
So flashy with the rock. Morant takes pleasure in slicing and dicing the D to pieces.
Here's Morris. Pass to Zubats. Moran against Wall. Down low. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
We got to see that one again. That block was all-out effort.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Moran against Wall. And the dunk by Jackson.
The strong finish from Jackson Jr. He goes up with power inside the paint.
Pass to Wall. The kick out to Morris. Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Memphis. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies. The Clippers trail. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubats play together in the front court. And it's Wall in at the one. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Morris. The rebound by Jackson. Payne with it. Guarded now by Morris. Payne, the pass to Adams. Back to Payne. To the paint. And it's Adams missing. Up top, Morris. Brooks defending. Here's George. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Ja Morant picks one up.
The physicality of George. His coaches and teammates encourage him to attack and draw contact.
And an annual ritual, players finding out their ratings at NBA 2K. All right, Richard, you were customarily happy with your rating, yes?
I didn't really care, but a part of my condition of working for 2K is they said that they will retroactively change my rating to 100. The first 100 player.
You deserve it, man. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Tillman. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. George outside. Out to Leonard. The wide open shot is on the money.
With confidence in his shot, Kawhi doesn't think twice from there. Just fires with conviction.
Pass to Jones. Here's Aldama, guarded by Morris. Back to Jones. Here's Tillman. Soft touch off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 6.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Kicks it to George. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Zubats. Deflected. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you, Brian. Well, Paul George has certainly endured his share of criticism in the past, but he said, quote, "I can't worry about that. It comes with the job. I am who I am. They can judge me on what they want. I'm going to go out there and hoop and give it everything I've got." And guys, he brings a lot to the table.
No question. Oh, nice finish. Man, big time right there.
Yeah, the level of creativity Leonard has is just special. He's capable of some really memorable throwdowns.
Here's Conchar. George defending. The three. Conchar can't hit. The Clippers have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. To the right side. Here's Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
And being that wall as a point guard, it's his responsibility to facilitate. Just a terrific dime right there.
Pass to Conchar. Green up top. Here's Aldama, guarded by Morris. Here's Conchar. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. Clark is checked in for Tillman.
Grizzlies substitution, Brandon Clark.
The Clippers have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
A line change here for Memphis. Wall, the pass to Zubac. Oh, it's stolen by Adams. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Poke loose. Oh, George with a steal. Ball against Bain. Morris down low. Oh, Adams with the block.
Oh, a fantastic defender. Adams embraces his role on this team as their defensive anchor.
1:07 left in the first half. And the Clippers miss again. Memphis leading. Pass to Moran. To the middle. That's good from Jackson on the assist by Moran. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one. Morris outside. There's 42 seconds left in the second quarter. The shake. That shot missing. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Here's Jackson. Oh, a special move before that shot. Now it's a 6-point Grizzly lead.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
George finds Morris. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Zubac with the steal. Zubac with a screen on Brooks. Leonard passes to Zubac. Stolen by Jackson. And so it's Memphis with a 6-point lead.
The Clippers 17, the Grizzlies 23.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Boy, how about Jaren Jackson? An impressive effort here today.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
The question now is, will the defense keep letting him punish them inside? Or did Coach have some new ideas for them?
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Taylor Jenkins. Inside, it's the pair of Jackson Jr. and Adams. Bain and Brooks out on the wing. And it's Morant in at the point. Outside for Brooks. Here's Jackson. Batum pulls it in.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Inside. And stolen by Morant. Bain against Powell. Now here's Brooks. He's guarded closely. Moran against Kennard. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bain. Memphis the rebound. Kicks it out to Jackson. Powell against Bain. Here's Moran. Bain. Here's Adams. And rejected. They recover it. Bain. Jackson, the pass to Bain. Here's the second effort. And And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two.
And what really distinguishes Jackson is the soft touch of his shot. Most young bigs are still developing.
First free throw is good.
When we evaluate players, one thing that gets overlooked, age. Take Jaren Jackson Jr. He was only 18 when he got drafted in 2018.
You know, for Triple J, it took time to develop. Year 4 with Memphis was a special one, Richard.
Jackson unlocked his defensive potential amongst the best shot blockers in the entire league. You have to give those young guys time before making a true judgment.
Kicks it out to Kennard. Takes a three. Yes! And a nice assist from Jackson. Kennard's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Pass to Moran. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Jackson gets the bucket.
Some bigs develop range over time. Jackson, he's been dropping daggers since day one.
Outside Covington. Back to Jackson. Out to Covington. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
A 3-and-D wing. Covington's skill set is perfect for how players and teams play the game today.
Robert Covington at the line for two.
And that's good as he hits both shots. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Jackson. There's the drive, the crossover, and count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
The son of an NBA player, Jaren Jackson Jr. I actually played a bit with his dad, Jaren Sr. in Orlando back in the early 2000s, which means I'm old.
To the wing on the left. Morant with it. Jackson in his pocket. On the wing, Brooks. Outside Bain. Moran against Jackson. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
And the Jacksons, just the latest father-son NBA duo. Lots of great ones here, Greg.
So true, BA. The Curry family might be the best ever. The Berries, including our own colleague Brent. The Thompsons with Clay in the league currently. Just some incredible NBA families to admire.
So Memphis ends up going with a new group.
Need to do more than that to keep him from getting the ball in the post.
Agreed. He's just too dominant inside. So you're better off stopping him from getting the ball in the first place.
Pass to Green. Out to the right wing. Back to Tillman. Kennard on the double team. Here's Aldama. Here's Tillman. And he makes it on the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 10.
And that's a backbreaker for the defense. I mean, offensive boards like that run momentum against you.
And you can see them just deflate after giving up that score. And they know that they can't dig themselves out of this hole if they're allowing second chance points.
The Grizzlies have gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. Pass to Powell. And here's Batum. Outside Covington. And the jam by Covington.
The vertical of Covington paying dividends. Fantastic job leaping up to slam it down.
Back to Conchar. Spins. Here's Green. Jones from outside. And again, it's Memphis with a 3.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Stolen by Jones. Pass to Aldama. Powell against Jones. Outside for Green. Down low. With 2 seconds left. And so it's Memphis. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Great shot selection right now. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
That is why he is a point guard in this league. He has the elite passing ability, the vision. You need both to play the point guard.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. And the Clippers going with a whole new group out there. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubac play together in the front court. And it's Wall in at the one. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Morant, the pass to Bane. Outside Morant, clock at 6. Pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. Shoots over Wall. And it's Morant missing. The Clippers trail. Outside Wall. Now Leonard. The kick out to Wall. Off target from outside.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it. And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Morris outside. From down in the low post, it goes.
Ooh, how sick was that, guys? I mean, he makes defenders look silly with moves like that.
Outside Bane. Pass to Morant. On the wing, Brooks. Leonard defending. Jackson. Pass to Bane. Morant with it. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Pulls it from the corner. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Outside Wall. It's George on the wing. The kick out to Morris. Off target from three-point range. The Grizzlies have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Pass to Jackson. Outside Morant. Jackson, the pass to Morant. Now here's Bane. Over Leonard. Bane, no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
George passes to Zubac. Wall against Adams. Kicks it to George. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
He can do damage from just about anywhere on the floor. When you let George get position inside like that, he's guaranteed to finish.
The three from Bane. It's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's George. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. And he's able to get it back. And the bucket. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And here's Morant. Outside Bane. Left side Morant. Pass to Adams. Shot to end the cold streak. It's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac has got his 8th rebound here tonight. The ball's knocked loose. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Morant against Wall. Outside Bane. Now here's Morant. Defense is right there. Jackson outside. Pass to Morant. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. George George passes to Leonard. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Oh, man, what a bucket by Leonard. His team counts on him when time is short because he can handle the pressure.
Moran against Zubac. It's a one-on-one situation. Morris for three. Cash. Oh, an enormous three-pointer.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Taylor Jenkins had to say to his team. This is anyone's game. So he told them, stay aggressive, stay hungry. We can't afford to let up on the energy out there. He's hoping they'll finish with a flurry. Guys,
Great work, Allie. Thanks. And that's how you defend. Glad we had a chance to see a replay of that block again.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Here's Zubac.
Count it with power. That's how you do it, big fella.
Morant with it. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. To stop the run. Yeah!
Big body cleaning the glass. Great awareness by Jackson Jr.
When you're casual with the ball, it can come back to bite you.
Yeah, B.A. Playing loose can help you and hurt you. They really need to tighten it up.
George passes to Leonard. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And Leonard no good on that one.
As calm as they come, Kawhi Leonard. A great guy to have at the stripe in these moments.
That's a blue-collar issue right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
Timeout call. Memphis. They're down by 4. Only 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Your thoughts, guys?
They're going to have to get up a quick shot and then foul immediately.
So it's the Clippers taking the... Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it.
Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of the NBA here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach Ty.
They did, and it showed, and it was fun to watch. Terrific. David, thanks. So the Timberwolves win the tip. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Russell in at the point guard position.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
Now the pass to Morris. To the middle, here's Zubac, puts the move on, and the layup is good.
Going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Well, this is his game. Be proactive offensively, put the defense back on his heels.
Oh, here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. To the inside. Zubac. That ball. Nice feed that time from Leonard. Zubac has got his second basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Towns. They grab their own miss. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Back to Gobert. They'll kick out to Towns. 6 to shoot. No good with the triple. On offense, here are the Clippers. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
What strength from the seasoned veteran. Leonard loves going at defenders and scoring on them.
The kick out to Towns. Here's Edwards. It's hauled in by Zubats. The Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Morris with the ball. Now defended by Gobert. Edwards against George. Here's Morris. Back to George. There's the 3. It's good from long range.
The mechanics of Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
And last year, Minnesota had a tough end to their season. In their 10th playoff appearance, they made their 9th first-round exit.
Now, here's McDaniel to stop the run. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. McDaniel's got 5 points so far. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Pass to Morris. Jackson against Russell. Morris passes to Zubats. The 3 from George. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. I don't think the Timberwolves, Greg, plan on letting their playoff statistics discourage them at all.
And that's kind of the beauty of this squad. They're out to make new franchise history. Not focusing on the past. Just keep evolving as a team.
Here's Jackson after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Kicks it out to Leonard. Passes it to Jackson. Back to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. A 3 from Morris. Minnesota with the rebound. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Russell's running. Edwards inside. Defended by George. Edwards. That's good.
Agile move off the contact by Edwards. Getting to his shot despite the difficult defense.
Morris kicks to Jackson. Leonard with no one around. Drills it from outside. He has 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
McDaniels finds Edwards. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And it's Russell in the corner. Fires from deep. Here's Gobert. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
What an outstanding defender. Gobert's combination, in my opinion, of size and length is tough to match up against. He wanted to get his team to lead, and even though he didn't, he should feel good. At least he tied it up.
Floats one. Leonard looking around. Number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
You can see the work Kawhi has put into his ball handling. Gets separation almost any time he wants.
Edwards inside. He gets that one. Edwards got 6.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Some great action here early as we have the first quarter clock in the time. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. And it's McDaniels at the 3 spot. Now, here is George. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but through contact, he'll head to the line. More and more defenses switch everything now, Steve. And if you were coaching, is that how you'd play? Is that how you would teach it?
You know, Kevin, yes, sometimes you have to switch, but I think the best coaches, what they do best is they show you different looks, and timely they'll do it. Sometimes they'll trap it, sometimes they'll hedge the pick and roll, and sometimes they'll just go under.
Knocks it loose. Morris outside. Just 5 on the clock. George passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Edwards. He has 6. Russell kicks to Edwards. There's the triple. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Jackson from long range. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. Timberwolves trail by 3. McDaniels dishes to Towns. Fires the 3. Can't hit that one. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Edwards with it. George picks him up. Jackson has the open look. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Jackson's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles. George against Edwards. Towns for 3. Another miss by Minnesota.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Jackson passes to George. Leonard on the wing. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Aggressive play from Kawhi Leonard, drawing the foul and still taking his shot.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
They came out firing from deep. It's always good for a team's confidence when you can start a game that high.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart plays.
Now here's Towns. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Morris finds Zubac. Outside for George. Pass to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Here's Edwards. Gobert trying to get open. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Edwards. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. On the wing, Morris. Outside Jackson. Outside for George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got 4 this quarter.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
Edwards inside. The kick out to Towns. Minnesota again turning it over. 1:11 left to play in the first half. Jackson looking it over. Morris passes to Zubac. Outside, George. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 9.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Here's Russell. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Outside, George. Leonard with this screen on Edwards. Here's George. Here's Leonard. A and in on the layup. And now that's 11 points for Leonard.
You see the focus from Kawhi. When he's deep inside, he's locked in on scoring.
Towns kicks to Edwards. Russell from long range. The rebound by Paul George. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got their field goal. All right, David, thank you. With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last two quarters.
The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. The pass to Powell. Pass to Man. Takes it off the glass. Man's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Great floor awareness. Powell knows how to find his open teammates.
Here's McLaughlin. Nice D from Wall.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Smitty, you can tell Norman Powell has worked very hard in his game.
You know, he just wants to excel at whatever assignment he's given. Kevin, he once said, I've been in every single role on the team, from bench guy to starter, so he knows how to give you value anywhere on the floor.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Passes to McLaughlin. Lock at 6. Rebound by the Clippers. Inside. Here's Powell. He kicks it to Batum. He gets it in there. Batum's got 4 this quarter.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
For them, the first half was maybe more of a filling out process. Now it's winning time.
Out left to the wing. Here's Noel. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Prince, that's for 2. No good off the back of the rim. Clippers leading by 17. Powell, the pass to Man. Out to the wing. From deep. Wall. That shot misses. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Timberwolves. Here's McLaughlin. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the side.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Wall looking for an opening. Powell down low. Nifty move. Trying to find Batum. He's got it now. And Jordan McLaughlin picks up the foul here. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Powell kicks to Wall. He takes it in. Pass to Man. Off target from outside. Timberwolves trail by 14. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's McLaughlin. Covered by Wall. The kick out to Anderson. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Los Angeles leading by 14. Covington down low. He's against Anderson. Los Angeles with another miss. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. The shot, no good. LA's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. .109 left in the third quarter. Powell, the pass to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Getting to the rim, Covington has hot when he needs it.
And the pass to McLaughlin. Pass to Noel. Here's McLaughlin, covered by Wall. McLaughlin, no good. Clippers leading by 16. Man passes to Powell. Takes it out to Covington. Outside, Wall. Shot clock at 5. From outside the arc, Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 5 points now this quarter.
You love how Covington stretches the defense. He is too accurate from range.
Here's Noel. Here's Prince. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. It'll make it tough to come back. Los Angeles on top as they end the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. We're going to keep the defense on its heels.
First personal foul.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th. Hiding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. And it's Russell in at point. Cuts at 5 from 18. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound in this one. Jackson kicks to George. Outside for Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to it. Didn't look ready to receive it. At least they've got some room for error, but still a poor possession there.
Passes it to Towns. The 3. Timberwolves with a fresh shot clock. Pass to Edwards. Second shot opportunity. Head shot off. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Jackson in the corner. And here's Leonard from 3. The shot's good on the assist by Moore.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Here's Edwards, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And this is Edwards' game. When he's aggressive and trying to score, it really puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
And he sinks the second. Here's Jackson. Morris outside. On the wing, George. Edwards defending. George passes to Zubats. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, and my man is going for the jugular.
And there's the pass to Edwards. Feeds to Gobert. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Gobert gets in deep. That's often your best option, is to wrap him up and send him to the line.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Their activity has been at a constant level. Always around the ball. Quick hands causing a lot of steals.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition.
Here's George. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And finished off by Edwards.
Love the decision by Gobert, finding the open teammate, playing smart basketball.
Morris outside. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
2 minutes.
Back to Jackson. Here's the 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Back to Russell. Towns against Morris. Russell kicks to Towns. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
And that's why Cat went first overall. This dude is 6'11" with perimeter skills, a sweet shot, and unstoppable when he's on.
Outside Leonard. And there's the drive. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson from long range. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Leonard.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Outside Edwards. Ring shot on the way, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
The deep 3 from George. It's off. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our play.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner.
And these are two high-flying teams, Grant. Loads of athleticism on the floor. What's it like to play in a game like this?
Oh, B.A., it is the best. It's so much fun. I mean, of course, here we're expecting lots of fast breaks, dunks, just in general, a lot of action. And, of course, the fans love these type of games. I can't wait.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Towns plays the four with Gobert in the middle. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. And it's Russell in at the point guard. Now here's Morant. Pass to Bain. Back to Morant. Shot clock at 6. Bain with it. He's picked up by Edwards. The three is up. And Morant with the basket on the assist by Bain.
Morant doesn't need the three-point shot to be effective. There's so much more to his game, but when it's dropping, he's lethal.
Morant against Russell. Pass to McDaniels. Edwards with it. Outside for Russell. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
And you can tell how much these fans here in Memphis love their Grizzlies.
Yeah, I mean, B.A., ever since they moved here in 2001, these fans have been so loyal. And the players are also enjoying playing here. Memphis is a fun-loving city with great barbecue and a lot of character.
Here's Edwards following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Russell against Morant. And here's Edwards outside. Adams grabs the miss.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Jackson, pass to Morant. From deep, Bain. And again, it's Memphis with a three.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Now here's Russell. And that one fall for him. He's 0 for 2. An 8-point differential. Brooks, the pass to Morant. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by Bain. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
Pass to Jackson. Outside Bain. Outside for Morant. Here's Russell. The putback.
you see the kind of power that Anthony Edwards can play with. This guy, the board, the finish, yes, sir.
Russell against Moran. Brooks, the pass to Moran. Back to Brooks. Jackson outside. Pass to Bain. And here's Brooks. Here's Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
Steven Adams will leave no doubt when he's near the cup.
Minute 32 left to play in the first. Edwards. Now Gobert. Outside Russell. Now Edwards. Pass to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
Well, a big trade over the summer, bringing Rudy Gobert to the Wolves. And it's a bit of a fresh start for Gobert, a main star of this team that is loaded with talent, but needed that defensive anchor. Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Now here's Russell. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Moran finds Bain. Now Moran. Pass to Adams. Back to Moran. Here's Jackson. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Out of bounds. It'll be Memphis's ball.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter here. Outside Bain. And there's the lob. Oh, and a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Here's Edwards. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
The attention to detail on defense. Jackson reads shooters well and knows when to go for blocks.
Stolen by Jackson. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. The backcourt is Russell and Edwards. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. And it's McDaniels in at the 3.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Well, you know it takes courage to draw charges. Guys get trucked all the time, and they still call a blocking foul. You think more of those should be no calls, Grant?
You know, B.A., courage is the right word. If you're willing to step in there and sacrifice your body for the sake of the team, you know what? If you don't give them a charge, I'd prefer the no call. I like that idea.
Pass to Edwards. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Edwards got 6 points.
Well, if you find yourself in between in that mid-range area, Anthony Edwards so confident. Rise and fire, young sir.
To the inside. That one is off. And Memphis taking it the other way down. Jackson with it. And it's Gobert picking him up from deep. Bain. McDaniels with the rebound. The Timberwolves trail. Outside Edwards. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Moran. Outside Bain. Pass to Jackson. Fires the 3. Lets it go from deep. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Shot is good by Edwards.
Karl Anthony Towns as a big man, is a tremendously solid passer, willing to move the basketball.
Well, the Timberwolves struck gold by getting the #1 pick in the 2015 and 2020 NBA drafts.
You are so right, B.A. Selecting Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, respectively. Two important players that have already had a tremendous impact on this team.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. Now here's Edwards. Give him 8 points. Oh, hey, how about that?
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
Morant against Edwards. Back to Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Are you serious? That is some power from a point guard.
Oh, I love backcourt players with some ups.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Now here's Jackson. Back to Morant. Six to shoot. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
In the paint, Morant stays nimble, and that allows him to make any needed adjustment to his shot.
Pass to Edwards. It's McDaniels on the wing. From outside, off the mark. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Jackson, pass to Adams. 1:33 left in the second period. Now here's Brooks. Here's Jackson, covered by Towns. Memphis needs to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And we have to take another look at that block.
Amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
A minute 22 left in the half. Outside Edwards. Outside for Russell. The 3 ball. Adams grabs the miss.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Well, you know the Timberwolves are a young squad, Doris. When will it be their time, you think?
I think, B.A., when you have a talent that is the anchor of your organization, which they have in Karl Anthony Towns, Cat is one of the most talented big men, most polished offensive players that we've seen in the NBA. Couple him with Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert, and I think you now have to start looking to be a consistent winner. I am anxious to see what this team does this year.
And the shot goes in. He's got 6.
We've watched Morant get so good at this. Instinctively spots the opening and feeds a really good shooter.
Edwards can't hit. Memphis leading. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Jackson finds Adams. And here's Morant. Outside Bain. Back to Morant. Outside Bain. Clock at 4. Over to the left wing. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And so it's Memphis with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter.
14.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
We've got Brandon Clark. Tyus Jones is out there with John Conchar. Then there's Danny Green. And it's Williams in at the 4. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Taylor Jenkins. Pass to Clark. Over Gobert. Clark, no good.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
The kick out to Edwards. That shot's good. Russell making the play. 15 points in the game.
Well, don't think twice. Ball touches your hands, you let it go, Anthony Edwards. Well, you consider D'Angelo Russell and the fact that he's been a part of multiple organizations. Obviously, he has been a frequent trade piece. The one question is, can he stick with one franchise and establish some success?
Now, here's Williams. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Edwards. And that one's off. His 5th miss in 11 tries. The Grizzlies have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Williams in the post. Covered by Towns. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Minnesota with the ball. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Outside, Anderson. That three's off the mark. Well, his trade activity says something about how desirable Russell is as a player.
I think he's a guy any team could want on their roster because of his scoring capabilities. Very capable of huge nights in the NBA, but the other aspect that's so important, his ability as a setup guy.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And he knocks down the first one.
For the Timberwolves, Nas Reed taking 2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
After just 1 year in college, Nas Reed declared for the 2019 NBA draft where he was not selected, guys.
Now here's Jones. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Conchar. 5 to shoot. Clark. Oh, Clark with the slam. Slams it down with 2 hands. Man, they're really getting aggressive now. And Doris, you got to give credit for how hard Reed worked.
Listen, the devastation of going undrafted can make some players hang it up or give up their NBA dreams and go overseas. What you love about Nas Reed is he got back in the lab, he went to work, and consider this, back-to-back seasons where he plays in 70 games and is a part-time starter. That, to me, is successful perseverance.
And Williams punches it home.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Has to Reed. Crafty move. No good there. Good D by Clark. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. A minute 42 left in the third quarter. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Grizzlies, Brandon Clark.
That free throw misses. And the second free throw is good. Here's McLaughlin. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. A minute and a half left in the third. Pass to Reed. Jones with the block. And he gets it back. Second shot opportunity. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Ooh, talk about a way to deflate the team.
I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
And Memphis shooting about 60% for the game. Clark outside. Back to Jones. Pass to Green. The 3 connects from downtown. Green's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Ooh, it's stolen away. Here they come. Up ahead. And Williams punches it home.
Well, Danny Green excels at recognizing when his teammates have open looks and putting it on the money. Nicely done.
36 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's McLaughlin, 6 on the shot clock, and stolen by Williams. In transition, here they come. Clark finds Green. And here's Clark. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Here's McLaughlin. Ball stolen. He gets it off. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA. You see it right there on display.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Ja Morant.
And it's easy to see why they keep getting it to him. He keeps getting after it on the offensive end, putting in that work. He's been getting good looks and shooting the ball efficiently all night.
Boy, you can see the amazing relationship he's built with the hometown fans. And it motivates him to always give them his very best. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He did everything he could to fire the team up, saying, quote, "I don't care how far down we are. We can do this. Attack and take what's ours. Let's go out there and show them it's not over."
Appreciate the report, Allie. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth quarter. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. And it's Russell in at the 1. Outside Russell. Pass to Gobert. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, this guy's such an instinctive passer. D'Angelo Russell could average double-digit assists if he wanted to.
Bain, the pass to Adams. Back to Bain. Jackson outside. Just 4 to shoot. Right side Bain. Let's go with a 3. Towns with a rebound. Well, it's going to take something special now to get him back in this game.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like it.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Outside Morant. Pass to Brooks. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's on Anthony Edwards. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Outside Russell. Second chance shot. Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Well, putting all of that 7-foot frame to use, Rudy Gobert has been one of the consistent offensive rebounders in the league.
Outside Morant. Pass to Adams. Outside Bain. Jackson down low. Towns on him. Morant, no good. Time running out for the Timberwolves. Now here's Gobert. Edwards with it. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Towns from deep. Nails it from beyond the arc. Towns has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the very definition of a modern NBA big. You've got to shoot with range. Karl Anthony Towns, yes, sir.
And there's the foul. It's on Rudy Gobert. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
1:46 left in the final quarter. The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 6 shots to go in the fourth. McDaniels with it. Checked by Brooks. Here's Edwards. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Bain finds Morant. Here's Adams. Stolen by Russell. It's Edwards on the wing. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, the young gun, Anthony Edwards with the big-time delivery.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They're leading by 5. A minute 22 left in the game. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Morant against Russell. Morant pass to Jackson. Oh, and just miss after miss right now. The Timberwolves trail. Now Edwards. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. .55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Blocked again! And here's Bain. Here's Morant. Jackson on the wing. McDaniels against Brooks. Shot clock at 5.
And looking for a quick bucket here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Edwards can't hit.
Not an easy rebound at all. But when you win that kind of battle, it gets your blood pumping.
And he was and no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use the coach's challenge. Make them take another look at the call.
People were worried that this would slow the previous players. Really close calls in every game. The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're at him.
The ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
He hits the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Well, D'Angelo Russell is accustomed to having the basketball in his hand, but this is where it really matters. Can you make free throws under duress of game pressure?
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the top.
Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. The 3 from Russell. It falls! Oh, what a sensational bucket! That brings them within 1. And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
First free throw is good, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
A bit of heroics in the line right there as he bumps their lead to 3 and makes things a little easier for them defensively.
Russell from outside. Oh, bangs home the 3. Oh, a tremendous 3. We're tied. And a big mental mistake as they called timeout when they had none remaining. And they'll pay for it with maybe the rarest of technical fouls.
A total lack of awareness there. Didn't seem to know they were out of timeouts. You don't expect to see that at this level.
Brad, he just completely lost his concentration, I think. Should have been paying better attention at that moment. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Don't go anywhere. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. Here we go. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. Pass to Towns. It's Edwards on the wing. Oh, Adams with the block.
This is one of the toughest bigs in the league. Steven Adams challenging opponents defensively. Nicely done.
And stolen by Gobert. And here's Edwards, pounded by Moran. Edwards against Moran. Oh, it's stolen by Adams. It's tipped. Now here's Moran. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Moran against Russell. It's McDaniels on the wing. Here's Gobert. Oh, the swat by Adams. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Adams. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Here's Edwards. Oh, and they take the lead. Edwards has got 23.
Boy, that defense must be better. Anthony Edwards getting it done on the interior.
Outside Moran. Good. Now 7 for 11 on the night.
Can you say prime time player Moran? He enjoys delivering for his team in these parts of the game.
Russell from outside. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Payne with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Jackson right side. Brooks outside. Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
Plays with so much confidence. When Morant gets in the zone, he stays aggressive.
Russell to pass to Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Pass to Payne. Up top, Jackson. Here's Moran. And that'll be Memphis' ball as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies able to keep possession here. Here's Payne. Shot clock at 6.
Well, that's the energy and effort that D'Angelo Russell brings on the defensive end. This guy has got the ability to be a factor there.
This might be a turning point.
Massive possession here.
Outside Russell. It's Edwards on the wing. Guarded by Payne. Edwards, a pass to Russell. Pass to Gobert. Oh, it's stolen by Adams.
The pump fakes a risk because you're exposing the ball. You have to be careful because a solid defender will easily steal it.
Jackson with a screen on Russell. Morant, the pass to Jackson. Money.
I love the strength shown by Jackson there. Refusing to let the defense have the last word.
Minnesota calls time here. They're behind by 2. Just 4 seconds left in OT. Guys, what do you think?
I don't know if they should be greedy here and go for a 3. I'd take it to the basket, get a high percentage shot, or maybe get fouled.
Edwards got a hand on it. And so it's the Grizzlies who come out on top here. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Allie LaForce.
A Sunday afternoon with the end. Always fun to be on the call for one of these games, Brent. Conference rivals going at it. So much emotion. Teams that are very familiar with each other.
I love it, Kevin, and I'm so happy to be here with you for this one. This is going to be awesome. You don't get a lot of games like this, so hyped, where the crowd is really into it. So let's move up a little bit and sit on the edge of our seats, should we?
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1. Now here's Brooks. Back to Morant. In the corner, it's Bain. 6 on the shot clock. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Ooh, just shook his man loose with a crafty play inside.
And then the dunk just tops it off beautiful. Outside for Jackson from downtown. Good on the three-point shot.
He's a confident guy, and he's got a solid three-point shot, so Jackson rises and fires.
And you just look at what Marcus Morris has done in his career.
Well, such a solid forward in the game right now, averaging over double digits in the last 8 years, but it's been that expansion and the fact that he can step behind the three-point line and be as deadly as he's been the past couple seasons. It's been a remarkable, consistent offensive production for his career.
And the second free throw, good.
Now, part of the lean years in Los Angeles, I was there, unfortunately. It's incredible to see that this franchise has become a better winning percentage team than the Lakers in the past decade.
Now here's Jackson. In the corner, it's Morris. Back to Jackson. Leonard against Brooks. And good that time. And Brent, that Clippers turnaround. Did you see that coming?
I mean, not in this way, Kevin. Certainly it's been a lot of outsized factors that have gotten the Clippers to this point. But with the ownership and the enthusiasm behind what the owner brings to the table and wanting to make this team viable, they're in position to make some great noise if they find their health. So healthy for the league to have two teams in L.A. that can be this good.
And the shot goes in.
You see Paul George's focus that time. Opportunistic bucket, gets to the interior and does the work.
Morant gaining the floor. And Morant throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And here is Los Angeles now. Grizzlies making the shot. Here's Leonard. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
You like Kawhi, and he knows when to be forceful, just using his muscle on the inside to get to his shot.
On the wing, Jackson. Brooks outside. In the corner, it's Bain. Pass to Morant. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
Already embracing his role as a leader on this team. Morant brings a strong work ethic and winning mentality to this team.
Clippers leading by 3. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Into the lane. Morris trying to free himself up. That one falls. Leonard's got 8 points.
Well, what makes Kawhi Leonard so effective on those kinds of drives is the kind of pace he goes at it with. He's able to decipher the defense and knows where the help is coming from, and yet he still scores.
Now, here's Bain. He's got 5. Jackson finds Bain. Fires from 18. Left side, Jackson. On the wing, Bain. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. He's got 8.
his role. Ja loves setting guys up, always looking to pass it.
Jackson kicks to Morris. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Steven Adams picks one up.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Now here's Morant. Outside, Bain takes a three. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
Terrific dime there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
Morris outside. Now here's Jackson. 5 points in the game. George with the ball. Now defended by Bain. Jackson misses.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
It's stolen by Morris. To the middle. And Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter.
Please give a big round of applause for your Grizzlies.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Clippers.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists is a nice way to play.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. Jackson against Morris. Kicks it out to Leonard. Lets the three fly. The shot's good on the assist by Morris. Morris has got 3 assists in the game. Bain finds Brooks. Morant outside. Adams with the screen on Jackson. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
George dishes to Morris. Outside Jackson. The pass to George. Out to Morris. Back to George. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in him.
Morris outside. You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big game. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
Bain passes to Adams. Outside for Jackson. Dunk by Jackson.
Well, Steven Adams has more skills than just being a screen setter out there, showing them off there.
Morris outside. Jackson down low. Guarded by Morant. Morris with the ball. Morant with the steal. And then Morant slams it in.
Right there, Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
Jackson kicks to Morris. Outside for Jackson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Jaren Jackson.
2021 playoffs, if you remember, Reggie Jackson came up huge for the Clippers, averaging almost 18 points a game before they finally lost to the Suns in the Western Conference Finals.
Well, for Jackson, he earned himself a new contract, Brent, and starting point guard duties because of that playoff.
With both Kawhi Leonard and Paul George missing most of the 21-22 season, Reggie Jackson took the Clippers to the 8th seed in the West, carried a lot of the scoring load consistently for the Clippers, and led the team in both points and assists.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense. I love the aggressiveness. He's been on fire the entire first half and continues to strike while the iron's hot.
Here's Morant.
And how about that display of athleticism by Morant, flying up in the air for the jam.
Now Leonard. He's got 15. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Leonard against Brooks. Leonard the pass to Jackson. Clock at 6. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And coach applauding the night Kawhi Leonard is having. He's totally in the zone.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Morant outside. Driving inside. It's rebounded by Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. In the corner, George with it. Jackson finds Morris. Now Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Bane looking around to the inside. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Jackson.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the... basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got Tyus Jones. Williams is out there with Brandon Clark. Then it's Green, and it's Conchar in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Here's Wall, and he slams it down right on top of Brandon Clark.
It felt like Powell had the shot, but good job of feeding the open man.
Here's Conchar, guarded by Powell. Here's Jones. That shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it. Passes it to Wall. Driving the lane. It's Powell on the wing. Here's Mann. Feeds it to Batum. Second chance shot. Over Jones. Here's Mann. Goes up again. And the rejection by Clark. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Outside, Jones. Conchar, the pass to Williams. Here's Conchar. It's tipped. Williams with the ball. Now Covington defending. And it's Clark slamming it down.
quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Pass to Powell. Back to Wall. Clippers moving the ball around. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Outside Williams. Wall with some nice D. Clippers leading by 4. And here is Powell. Outside Covington. No good on that one. And it's Memphis the other way. Wall wide open. And the 3 off target. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Going inside. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
How about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
The Grizzlies have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. Here's Wall. It's Covington on the wing. Left side, Wall. He dishes it to Batum. Kicks it out to Covington. Outside, Wall. Covington down low. Working on Williams. Covington's shot is off. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Williams dishes to Green. For the lead. Can't get the layup. The Clippers in the lead. Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The kick out to Wall. Covington wide open. He fires. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Covington's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Conchar on the wing. Green. 1:09 left to play in the third. Here's Jones. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Good on the second free throw. .103 left to play in the third. Here's Mann. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And Wall kicks to Powell. Back to Wall. Batum trying to break loose. And it's Wall. That time the assist by Powell. And the Clippers lead by 5. Clark outside. Pass to Jones. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the third. Green, the pass to Jones. 5 on the clock. Here's Conchar. It's over Powell. Conchar can't get it to go.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the balloon is probably not the best option on that shot.
And a little slam dunk from Batum. That'll work.
Kicks to Green. There's the pass to Jones. Tries the spin move. The 3. He can't get that one to fall. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Los Angeles on top, leading by 7. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Taking a look at Los Angeles. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. And it's going to be a goaltending goal here, so they'll count the bucket.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. 9-point game. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
High effort play by Morant. He refuses to let the foul stop him from getting the shot up.
So he gets them both. Los Angeles leading by 7. Now here's Jackson. Right side, Leonard. Jackson against Morris. The layup missed. Grizzlies shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Jackson kicks to Brooks. Adams down low. Zubac defending. Here's Jackson. The shot's good on the assist by Morris. Morris has got his 6th assist on the night.
Good handles from Reggie. The kids would tell you Reggie's in his bag.
Bain against George. Bain passes to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. And George kicks to Morris. Here's Jackson. Out to Morris. Passes to Leonard. From deep. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist from Leonard. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Not sure when Kawhi saw him, but the fact is he did, and he delivered. It's a great pass.
Morant against Jackson. And a wide open look for Payne. Gets an open look and hits.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
To the paint. It's tipped. Stolen by Brooks. Jackson against Morant. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. It's good. Payne's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. And Adams sends it back.
Well, he can be intimidating. Steven Adams, such a big frame down there, and great timing on that block.
Morant finds Jackson. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. 1:53 left to play here in the 4th. Jackson with it. Outside, George. Morris passes to Zubac. Goes back up. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Morant passes to Bain. Shot from the wing. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And George kicks to Jackson. Out to Morris. 6 to shoot. Offline with his 3. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Brooks outside. Back to Bain. Down low. Out to Brooks. From past the arc. He's off on that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. this game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
Outside for George. Back to Morris. In the corner, George with it. Morris with a screen on Bain. Nobody near George. No good from outside. Here's Morant. And then Morant grabs it in.
A huge shot from Morant. Wow, you see why they put the ball in his hands in those situations.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Hi, everyone. Here with analysts Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce. Here we go. Tip-off goes to Minnesota. Here's Towns. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. Now the opening lineup for the Los Angeles Clippers. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubats play together in the front court. And it's Jackson in at the point. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Well, you really have to like how George uses his body effectively down low there. I mean, the defense pretty much has no choice but to foul him in that situation.
And so he makes both from the line.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Something you can't put a price tag on. The Minnesota Timberwolves gained last season. Playoff experience. Young guys getting accustomed to the crucible of postseason play. Extremely valuable.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Jackson with it. Up top, George. And George with the jam.
And George is so smart, so crafty on the dribble. He's just got an excellent way of controlling the ball and his body as he's dribbling.
Outside Russell. Back to Edwards. Here he goes. And Edwards slams it in.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the raft.
So, Clark, would you say playoff experience also raises your regular season play?
I don't think there's any question about it, B.A. I never had a chance in my short career to play in the playoffs, but I covered a bunch of them as a broadcaster. There's a different electricity. There's a different intensity. There's a different feel in the locker room. You learn not to back down. You learn to work through adversity, and you learn to play under pressure.
Clock at 6. Outside Russell. Launches a three. That one no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. To the middle. Here's George. And that comes off the assist by Morris. George has got 6.
Not a lot of wings are willing to score inside like Paul George. I mean, part of why he's elite at his position.
Russell, the pass to McDaniels. Here's the break. Here's Leonard. And Leonard with the strong finish.
Yeah, the level of creativity Leonard has is just special. He's capable of some really memorable throwdowns.
Edwards against George. Edwards, the pass to Towns. The kick out to Edwards. Let's go with a three. It's rebounded by Zubats. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Jackson finds Zubats.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Jackson on the wing. Guarded by Russell. Jackson pass to Zubats. Ooh, great D that time from Gobert.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Outside McDaniels. Back to Edwards. That shot off the mark. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. George with it. He's picked up by Edwards. The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Pass to Towns. Leonard against McDaniels. Now Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
And this is why Gobert shoots a high percentage, because he looks to finish with strength inside.
Morris on the wing. Back to Jackson. 55 seconds left in the first. The basket counts and and one. He'll go to the line, a chance at a three-point play.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here. Nice! Oh, big finish!
The former second overall pick has really worked on this pass. That was an outstanding find by Russell.
Jackson pass to Leonard. No good from outside. The Timberwolves trail. Edwards with it, and it's Leonard picking him up. Edwards against Leonard. Pass to Russell. And he hits it to tie the game. Russell's got his second bucket on the night.
Boy, you look at Russell repeatedly making plays around the rim. His imagination and creativity allow him to do so.
Morris finds Jackson. Back to Morris. First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Morris. Here's Edwards. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Clippers ahead. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen from the Clippers?
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
Yeah, this is how you can keep a crowd quiet, though. I mean, methodically score at the line and take some of that energy away from the fans. They don't like to have the action stop and the opposing team scoring.
So here are the five for the Clippers to start the second. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubac play together in the front court. And it's Jackson in at the point. Outside Russell. From outside the arc. Towns for three. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Morris on the wing. Leonard outside. Uses the glass on the layup. You know, one expression you hear from a lot of coaches nowadays, threatening drives. What's the value of breaking the paint?
BA, dribble penetration is so important, particularly in today's game. With the spacing and the great shooting on the perimeter, if you can get to the paint, one, you may score at the rim, but if the defense collapses, now you have an opportunity to find an open shooter from three.
Morris outside. Pass to George. And he drives in. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. George against Edwards. Pass to Towns. Ooh, Morris with a steal. Leonard on the wing. McDaniels covering. Here's George. Here's Zubac. Kicks it out to Jackson. Here's Zubac. Guarded by Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Here's George. It's blocked by Gobert.
And just a top-tier shot blocker in the league. Gobert's massive wingspan is a huge reason why he wipes away all those shots.
And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Leonard against McDaniels. Kicks it to George. Puts up a three. George with another miss.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute there because his shot making is not happening right now.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though.
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. It sure does look good.
Here's Jackson. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
With impressive quickness, Jackson is usually able to stay a step or two ahead of the defense.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. There's a minute 54 left in the second quarter. Outside Edwards. Inside. Out left to the wing. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Russell. 6 to shoot. Misses the three.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions. And Kawhi Leonard, one of 3 perimeter players to win back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards. It's him, Sidney Moncrief, and a young Dennis Rodman.
And for his career, Kawhi Leonard has more steals than fouls, Greg.
You know, B.A., he and Jimmy Butler, I believe, the only 2 players to achieve that after a decade in the league. A pretty remarkable achievement.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Jackson against Russell. And here's Edwards outside. Gobert. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
I love the ferocity from Gobert. Snagging that board and getting the putback, he wasn't going to be denied.
Yep, that one goes. George has got 8 points.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
Up top, Edwards. George defending. Pass to Towns. Outside Russell. Here's McDaniels. Back to Russell. That's good. For the day, he's 4 for 6.
Well, I tell you, Russell looking very comfortable taking on aggressive defense and getting the job done. That's good focus on his part.
George with it. Now guarded by McDaniels. Foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Pass to Edwards. Outside Russell. Lets the 3 fly. They get it back. Gobert. He got it off in time. No good on the buzzer beater.
A strong defender is John Wall, capable of guarding multiple positions. He wants to shut down.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Timberwolves ahead, up 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You gotta like what we're seeing from D'Angelo Russell.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
We've got Naz Reid, Jalen Noel out there with Jordan McLaughlin. Then there's Torian Prince, and it's Anderson in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup from Minnesota.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Here's McLaughlin. And the layup is good off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Covington finds Wall. Now here's Powell. Pass to man. The kick out to Wall. 3-pointer. Anderson pulls it down. Here's McLaughlin. Wall covering. Wide open look. And it's McLaughlin missing.
And that's a low percentage shot, and I'm sure he knows it.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
about a minute and a half in the second half. Here's Reed. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. You know, Naz Reid initially went undrafted in 2019.
Hey, B.A., that happens to plenty of talented guys. The NBA is a hard league, and a lot of good players have to sometimes go through things to make it. Luckily, systems like the G League give players like Naz Reid an opportunity to grow and go there. So you keep growing like Reid did, and eventually you might find yourself in the NBA.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Naz Reid. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
It's stolen.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
Outside wall. Pass to Covington. And here's Batum. Back to Covington. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Covington's got his first bucket of the night.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player. Very effective at finding the open man, too.
Here's McLaughlin. Wall covering. Driving in. Pass to Reed. Here's McLaughlin. Shoots over Wall. No good. A bit long that time. The Clippers have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Cuts off the pass. Here's McLaughlin. Wall covering. Anderson inside. Working on Covington. Anderson gets the bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
On the wing man. Back to Wall. Here's Man. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Pass to McLaughlin. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
On the wing man. Outside Covington. Oh, right away. Outside Anderson. Pass to McLaughlin. 1:03 left in the third quarter here. Back to Reed. Out of bounds. It's going to be the Clippers ball. Here's Wall. Pass to Man. Out to Powell. And Powell with the stuff.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
On the wing, Noel. Here's McLaughlin. 6 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Count it.
Pulling no punches, attacking the heart of that defense.
The Clippers trail. Pass to Covington. Back to Wall. Here's Man. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Batum. Here's Powell. Goes up again.
Yeah, you can't forget about the long arms of Batum. I mean, I want to see him be more active on the offensive glass because he's capable.
The third quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. And so in the game for Los Angeles, the two-way threats of George and Leonard, wing pair. Morris and Zubats play together in the front court. And it's Jackson in it to 1. Leonard with the ball. Russell covering. Shot by Leonard, no good. Minnesota in the lead. Russell to pass to Edwards. To the left wing. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, the athleticism of Edwards is something to behold. Love watching him sky up to throw it down.
George outside. Jackson against Russell. Morris left side. Back to George. The kick out to Morris. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Jackson against Russell. Outside Edwards. It's rebounded by Zubats. Zubats has got 4 rebounds now. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Timberwolves.
They feel like they have an advantage inside, and so far they have done an excellent job exploiting it.
And the thing I've seen that I've really been impressed by is they've gotten everybody involved, unselfishly making that extra pass, getting that ball to the right guy at the right time for the good shot.
For 3, George. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Timberwolves have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the 4th. Here's Edwards. No good on the shot. And George with some nice D. Jackson with it. Russell covering. Jackson pass to Leonard. Kicks it out to Jackson. The 3 is up. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside Russell. Pass to Edwards. Looking to get it going. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. George passes to Morris. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Stolen by Jackson. To the paint. Here's Morris.
Timberwolves foul. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
First one falls for him.
At the line for the Clippers, Marcus Morris Sr.
So he gets them both.
And those were big shots. At this point in the game, you can't afford to leave any points at the line.
And here's Russell. Pass to Towns. Here's Edwards. And he can't jam it through.
This has not been his best quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Towns a screen on Jackson. Edwards a pass to Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
And, you know, you got multiple options with this guy coming out of the screen. You can go pick and pop on you. You can go pick and roll. Towns can hurt you either way.
Back to Jackson. Kicks it to George. 5 on the clock. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game. Edwards against George. Up top, Edwards. Pass to Towns. Back to Edwards. Nice move. And he lays it in.
Towns doing a nice job with the smart play there, getting the ball to a ready shooter instead of trying to force it himself.
George outside. Up top, Jackson. Guarded by Russell. Leonard passes to George. Off off target with the three. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. And Edwards slams it in.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big. Now, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Jackson finds George. The three. Towns with a rebound. And here's Minnesota now. Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
Now here's Russell. Outside Edwards. Back to Russell. So we see the Timberwolves get the win here. A clean win, and one where they clearly should.
Oh, who say does that?
Boy, these two teams are on the rise, RJ. Some fantastic young talent on display on both sides.
Oh, the future is bright, and these guys are the future. But don't look over the present, because they are already so exciting to watch. It's going to be a lot of fun courtside.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies.
Oh, my goodness, man. And man, does Moran athleticism.
Russell against Morant. Russell kicks to McDaniel. Shot clock at 6. Edwards with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Memphis with the ball. Morant outside. On the wing, Bain. And it's off the back rim, no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
One word you always hear the Grizzlies players mention is chemistry.
Yeah, you can't fake chemistry. And it's true. When you ask these guys what makes their team special, they point out what a tight-knit group they are. Some people might not think chemistry is a big deal, but it is huge when it comes to this league.
And one thing is, if you look on paper, you can feel like this team. But as you know, sometimes it doesn't translate to the real world.
No, it does not translate. And then after that, if you don't have chemistry, you better have professionals.
And Edwards with the stuff.
Flying high. Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
Now here's Morant. Passes it to Jackson. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul in the game.
First team foul.
Here's Morant. Out to Brooks. Memphis moving that ball around. Bain passes to Morant. And another miss by Memphis.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Morant with the steal. The pass to Bain. 6 on the shot clock. Morant passes to Jackson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
He made that way more difficult than it had to be with that leaning jumper. As a result, he comes away empty.
Russell looking around. Outside, Towns. Back to Russell. Shoots the 3. Gobert. And there's Gobert putting it right back in.
And just an excellent rebounder. Gobert is so good at using that incredible wingspan to track down those additional scoring opportunities. Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Now Jackson. After the missed 3 from Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
Showing off that verve. Morant attacks the basket with just such intensity. There's not much any defense can do with it. Well, if you polled players on who they think the strongest guy in the league, I'm pretty sure Steven Adams would be a top pick.
Now here's Edwards. To the left wing. Here's McDaniels. Here's Gobert. Tries again. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Shot clock at 4. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. And for Adams, his strength makes him difficult, Richard, to deal with.
Oh, yeah, it's the absolute worst. He sets some of the hardest screens in the league, and he's been one of, if not the best offensive rebounders for over the last decade. Look, it takes multiple people to box out that large human.
That's a 2 from Towns. McDaniels finds Towns. Here's Russell. Just 5 on the clock. And Adams sends it back.
Adams puts every ounce of energy into his defense. He's not out there to contest shots. He's out there to reject them.
Now, here's Bain. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. That gives them the lead.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
So from long range, alive Minnesota, and there's Gobert putting it right back in.
And when Gobert goes up, he gets up. Airtime to spare as he slams the putback home.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Minnesota on top. They lead by 1. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. The wingmen are Bain and Brooks. Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. And it's Morant in at the point. Russell. No good. And it's Memphis the other way. Bain looking around. Jackson passes to Bain. Fires for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. And the assets traded by the Wolves for Rudy Gobert surprised a lot of people. In essence, 5 first-round picks, 3 of them unprotected. They better hope this thing works out. A lot riding on it.
Russell dishes to Towns. Jacks up a 3. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Bain, no good. Stolen by Brooks. Kicks it to Jackson. Morant passes to Brooks. Back to Morant. Fouled on the shot. Picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
The agility, the athleticism. Morant sometimes, he just seems unstoppable.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Yeah, 76% from the line a season ago. And most would consider that to be a success.
Horrible mistake right there. You hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Outside, Bain. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Bain's got the lead up to 4 now for the Grizzlies.
One of the most dynamic passers to enter this league in a while. Morant, this man is in full control of the offense.
Here's Russell with the 3. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Here's Morant. And he lays it straight in. Now it's a 6-point Grizzly lead.
A point guard with length. Morant can do a little bit more than just handle himself inside.
Here's Edwards. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Morant scanning the floor. Hey, Richard, for a while, teams went smaller. They became quicker. Now we're seeing some teams go big, playing 2, sometimes 3 7-footers in the lineup. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's always a pendulum swing. Once it goes too small, then all of a sudden the pendulum swings back, and now everyone is looking for size. But you have to have size that can also stretch the floor, because teams need guys that can rebound. That's what they're looking for.
Morant dishes to Jackson. Outside, Bain. It's Brooks on the wing. Back to Bain. 3-pointer. Unable to get that one. And Minnesota now the other way. Outside, Russell. For the 3. Towns wide open. A 3-pointer, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Morant kicks to Jackson. Morant against Russell. Gobert with the block.
And the reach and height of Gobert, it really makes it impossible to score over him. He's able to get all over that shot.
It's deflected. It's stolen by Edwards. 59 seconds left in the first half of the game. Russell left side. 16 feet away. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Bain passes to Adams. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Edwards dishes to Towns.
One thing you have to admire about the Grizzlies is their humor.
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time.
The previous play is under
review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see...
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
These players are moving. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
He hits the second from the line.
And we've seen Towns take on more of a leadership role over the years, wanting to be the guy for this team.
Outside, Bain. Floats it up there for Morant. That one, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
So that'll be it for the first half.
With the score, with the Minnesota Timberwolves, 16, the Grizzlies, 17.
Second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
2 big men inside, Towns and Gobert. Backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Green, the pass to Aldama. 3-pointers off the mark. The Timberwolves trail. Edwards finds Russell. Back to Edwards. For the lead. Second shot opportunity. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Towns, and count it from 19 feet away. Towns has got the opening bucket to start the second half for Minnesota. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Kicks it out to Jones. A 3-ball, nailed from three-point land. Jones has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Right side, Edwards. And he slams it down right on top of Brandon Clark.
Man, what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Pass to Aldama. Here's Conchar. Edwards defending. Conchar, the pass to Green. Here's the dish to Clark. 4 on the clock. 4 seconds left, and that one's clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming out. That's on Jaden McDaniels.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
Hey, Richard, as soon as your playing career ended, you got right into this business, into broadcasting. When did you decide that this would be the next step?
Well, the first time is when I thought I was going to be out the league, and so I started doing more and more work until I retired in 2018. So it started way before I retired.
That laid the groundwork for you. Good job. Back to Jackson. The tray. It's hauled in by Noel. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Reed gets the bucket. Suddenly changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Pass to Clark. And then Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
With the step back. Here's McLaughlin. Anderson outside. Puts up a 3. Hits it from three-point range. Anderson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Jackson kicks to Bain. Here's Noel. Guarded by Morant. .135 left in the third. The Timberwolves shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And he sinks the second. There's a minute 34 left in the third. Now Morant. 8 points for him. Slam ball, but he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Taurean Prince.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Here's McLaughlin. Nice move. It's over Morant. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Anderson. McDaniels, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. And it's Edwards in for Noel. Morant outside. And finished off by Morant.
What I love about Morant is that he understands his strengths on offense, which is why he is so efficient.
Here's McLaughlin, guarded by Morant. Here's Edwards. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Minnesota, they have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line. Free throw good, Edwards.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on 2 things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
D'Angelo Russell's checked in for the Timberwolves. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. No good from Clark. Timberwolves leading by 3. Edwards passes to Towns. Russell against Morant. Russell kicks to McDaniels. With 4 seconds on the clock. Drops in the layup for 2. McDaniels got the lead up to 5 now for the Timberwolves. And we've reached the end of the third. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 5. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball and the perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So on the floor for Memphis. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. And it's Clark in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Russell passes to Towns. To the inside. Gobert. Good, and as this goes to Towns. 6 points for Rudy Gobert. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Timberwolves? Russell with it. He's picked up by Morant. Russell against Morant. Towns dishes to Russell. Three-pointer. It's Clark with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Jackson kicks to Bain. Jackson setting the pick here for Bain. Stolen by McDaniels. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Right side, Edwards. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so it's Bain with it. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And finished off by Morant.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Bain against Edwards. Inside, stolen by Jackson. Morant with it. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And the dunk by Jackson.
A big target with good hands. Jackson doing damage in the pick and roll.
Edwards looking it over. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And the more experience Edwards gets, the better he'll become, especially when he's stepping up and hitting the big shots.
Drives to the hoop. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Jackson's got his 6th rebound on the night. And Clark slams it in.
And the first thing I thought of, confidence from Clark. Knows his team needs a bucket and goes out and gets it.
Outside Russell. Outside Towns. Outside Russell. Just 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Basket counts.
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting the chance to come up big for his team.
Morant passes to Clark. Wants to get it to Morant and does. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. It might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
Now the pass to Towns. Out to Russell. Lets it go with the 3. Offensive rebound. And the rejection by Jackson. To Russell. From the arc. And another shot. Outside Towns. Lets the 3 fly. And he gets it back. It's Edwards on the wing. Outside Towns. He's hit again. Yep, right through the net. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
And here's Russell. From deep three-point range, can't get it to fall. And so the Timberwolves take the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is